in the early 1700s. A man by the name of Captain Pratt, he leased this area off the landlord, Malcolm, a landlord of the time, and he wanted to build an area of industry and houses, create this little town. And what he done, he set up an industry, and because he thought the harbour here would be suitable for large boats to come inside. Large ships of up to 500 tons would use this harbour in and out. And he set up an industry of linen, and he got the local Quakers who were resettled here after being moved from Ulster after the Cromwell Wars, and they managed the linen, and it took off. In the early part of the town was very well. A lot of houses came up, and a lot of churches followed from different faiths, from Protestants to Presbyterian and Quakers and Catholics, all had a church in this area. In the late 1700s, the O'Donnells acquired this estate, and they built a house over there, overlooking the harbour there, Newport House, that we'll be visiting later. So some of the historical events that took place in the town we'll be going through with you, and we'll start off here with this statue of Ned Lyons. Ned Lyons was a local leader of the Irish Republican Army for the War of Independence here. And on October the 24th, Ned was captured by British forces in Kilroy, just outside the town here. Ned was a great coup for the British. He would have huge intelligence in relation to other members of the column, other leaders from around the Mayo area, and where armed guns were. So the British would do everything they could to try and break him, to give him up this information. Ned was taken to Galway, and he was given the harshest of treatment in Galway jail, where he was tortured day and night. It's because his screams were heard by fellow prisoners, kept him awake at night. But Ned never broke. Nothing more was heard from Ned after that for a long time, until the truce came, where another local man, Michael Kilroy, he became leader of the West Mayo flying column later on in the war, and he set out to look to find where Ned was taken to, and he found him in an asylum in Dublin. Ned had been broken and had lost his mind and was insane, and rolled up on a bed when Michael found him. He didn't recognise or show any recognition of Michael. He just stayed in a ball on the bed, and Kilroy noticed that all his fingernails had been pulled out, and Ned passed away a few years later at the age of 24, or at the age of 28 on October the 24th, 1924. Ned also had a brother who was badly beaten up by Black and Tans a few years later. He also died sometime after his treatment, and another brother also lost his life at a young age. These three of them made it to the 30 years for their struggle for Irish freedom. Kilroy, when he took over as leader of the West Mayo flying column during the last stages of the war, was very anxious to get into combat with the British forces, and he had a lot of skirmishes around the area with Black and Tan forces. Most notably was Kilmina, halfway between Westport here and Newport. Ambush was set up there. It didn't go as planned. He was without his riflemen who had sent to Newport and Westport to cause a bit of trouble, to try and coax the Tans out of their garrisons in Westport. And he was heavily outgunned, and they had to retreat to the mountains. A number of men were wounded, 4 were killed, and a number more were captured. He made his way to Skirder, just outside the town here in Glenhest, where again, after a couple of days rest there, they were set upon by RIC forces. But Kilroy and his officers managed to hold them off, while he sent the rest of his column to escape through the mountains with local guides and safe houses. And they regrouped again, and once again they launched an attack on British forces outside Westport at Carroll Kennedy, and they had a huge success. Kilroy had learned a lot of lessons as he was going on.